12 phenomenal months nominating and awarding Lead SA Heroes over the course of the last 12 months. This last Saturday, we picked our two winners, our two Lead SA regional winners, and they're both going up in terms of the winners to go and be a part of the national one, which is in 2 weeks' time. It was such an emotional morning. I'll tell you why, because so many people in that room are making a difference in your life, in my life, in the community, and they're doing the right thing and they're leading SA. And the examples that they've left and are leaving are ones that are absolutely shining lights. And the inspiration from the stories that were told on Saturday had not a dry eye in the crowd that was there, and you walked away just feeling proud that there are human beings that are committed to a cause. Our regional winners that were ultimately crowned Lead SA Heroes in the Western Cape were Marlon Parker and posthumously Jenna Lowe, whose dad, Stuart Lowe, is with us on the show this morning. Stuart, good morning.
Morning, Ryan. Good to be here.
Congratulations.
Thank you, man. It really was an extraordinary morning on Saturday morning. And I was just saying, if I'd been any stronger and we hadn't all been in floods of tears, I really wanted to congratulate you guys, because not only has it been Jenna's journey, you've followed and spread the word of what Jenna was trying to achieve, but just to bring the community together like you guys have, the whole Prime Media group, but you specifically, Ryan.
Thank you.
It really was a hell of an emotional and bittersweet, because beautiful to see Jenna's legacy being extended like she dreamed it would be, but so sad she wasn't here to see the accolades that you guys were bestowing on her.
Absolutely. And you talk about that legacy, and it's one that I mean, you can tell by the numbers of people. And it's what Jenna wanted, and that's what she wanted to do. She wanted to stand for something, and she wanted to be a part of a change in the country, and it's a change that'll live long after anyone else has come. You and I are going to be gone, long gone, and that legacy she laid the foundation work for. And it just, there's as you mentioned, this bittersweet, the agony of not having her here, yet the pride, the absolute goosebumps of knowing how well it's been embraced by so many people who treasure what she stood for.
Yeah. And and it's just weird with Jen not being here to reflect on how she was as a young child, because this wasn't the only thing that she was
Yes.
completely fixated on affecting social change, and she was bright and she was beautiful and she was all these things, but and it came from this place of just never ever being wanting to be a victim, never being prepared to be a victim with her circumstance. And the last 6 months of Jenna's life was unthinkably hard. So whenever we are uncertain of the future, we just look at the way Jenna handled her adversity and what she had achieved in her short life. And it just inspires us, and I think it has inspired so many hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people around the country. And the work's not done, we're talking about something that ultimately is the difference between life and death.
Yes.
And right now there are almost 5,000 people who will certainly not make it, will have terribly short lives if they don't get organs. And the real irony is there are organs everywhere. People are dying all the time, sadly. So just to bridge those two and say, here's a real need, and here's a incredible opportunity, and for you to be a superhero. That's what Jen's always used to say. It's your one chance to be a superhero. You can, right here in your life, you can, or at the end of your life, you can save 7 others.
Sure.
And so the really moving stories are, for us, not so much about the amazing work that Jenna has inspired, but the lives that have actually been saved. So there are many, many stories, and lung transplants particularly, there were only 6 in the whole of last year. They did 6 last month. So we're continually getting calls from people in the network saying, don't think this is just about awareness. every week lives are being saved because of Jenna.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And on Saturday afternoon, it was quite fitting that when we were on social media and talking about who the award winners were, I was in a queue in a shopping mall with a couple of goodies I was taking out, and somebody just obviously had known and made the connection of who I was, and some of the tweets said to me randomly in the queue, you know what, I've never thought of ever becoming an organ donor. And when I heard Jenna's appeal, and I decided to get a look in, and I'm proud to say that my entire family are organ donors. And I was like, that moment right there, the complete and utter random stranger whose life was touched by Jenna and her appeals to people to become organ donors, just one of many facets that made her who she was and is. It's unbelievable.
And in world terms, we mustn't think that we're doing well, that things are okay and it's pretty much like it is in the rest of the world, because if you look at the charts, there's the rest of the first world, and then there's some third world countries that do far, far better. South Africa does really, really badly. 0.02% of the population are organ donors. So there's work to be done. So 40,000 people have signed up to be organ donors because of Jenna.
That's fantastic. We need to grow that number. We need to grow that number.
That number is still absolutely atrocious in world terms.
Absolutely.
So there's work to be done.
We will put all those details as well back on our website, so it becomes again, and that's done more continuously. We create awareness around this, so we can get the number to 100,000, and we can make it 200, 300, 500,000 people. And just think, 7 lives for every one person that it becomes an organ donor. I know that you're going to dash across now to our sister station. Just a very proud moment. You and the family, you're an incredible family. So much warmth, love and strength, and years taking all that love from Western Cape up to Joburg at the Nationals, where we'll be in 2 weeks' time to find out. And I've got a really good, strong feeling in my heart that there's a big, shining, beaming light that we're going to get good news again around the 15th of August. Stu, thanks a million for coming in to chat with us this morning.
Thanks.